Hi guys. Okay, so we're gonna start in butterfly, feet together. Pull as close to the body as you can. Push those knees out to the side. Sit nice and tall, roll those shoulders back, neck in line with your spine, and go ahead and sink your ear to your shoulder. Deep breaths. Lift and switch. Sink. Deep breaths. Lift the head. And then from your hips, hinge forward, everything in line, and then get that chest as low as you can. Keep those knees nice and out. Deep breaths. Hinge up from those hips. Sit nice and tall and take that leg out to the side. Keep your other one nice and tucked in. Make sure your toes are pointed straight up. Your knees are down but pointed up so we're not rock side to side. Reach down with that same arm as far down as you can. You don't necessarily have to touch the foot. And just keep holding this. If you want, you can even reach that other one up and over if you want. Totally up to you, but make sure we're leading with their chest when you do that, okay? One arm or two. Deep breath. And start to lift that torso, nice and tall. That knee, bend it, taking that foot back behind you like so. As far back as you can, sit really tall. And then rotate towards that knee that's open. Stay tall through your chest. Look behind that shoulder for me. And turn so you can see me again. Keep that Same arm down, and then the same arm of the foot that's back behind you, reach that up and over the head, reach all the way through your fingertips. Deep breaths again. And then go ahead and drop that arm back down to the side. From your hips, you're going to hinge forward over that front leg and then reach your hands towards that same knee that's pointed. So not the one that's bent back, the one that's open. And then you can stay here as long as you want. Just each time get lower and lower. It's almost like you're laying on that knee a little bit. And this is going to be our transition into pigeon. From pigeon, just where we are, we didn't have to move or anything. You're just going to lift your, I'm going to turn so you can see. You're just going to lift your hips, then take that bent knee straight back, even straighten it back behind you, okay? So now you can see the back of my foot. Keep scooching back, and then hinge forward, so that your pelvis is laying on that ankle. So I'm going to turn so you can see it from the front. See how my foot is to the side, or I'm sorry, my knees to one side and the foot's to the other side? Hinge forward. So you don't want your knee right there. That's a no-no, okay? Nice and out to the side. Push that pelvis down on that lower leg. You can stay on your elbows. You can keep your arms tall, or you can go as low as you'd like to go. Deep breath. It can be a little painful at times, but just try to relax through it. From here, you're gonna extend those arms straight if they're not already, and then sink your hip down towards that pointed knee. Swing that other leg back around and meet me at butterfly. Feet together, knees open to the side, and then you can either roll your shoulders, take some deep breaths. We're gonna go to the other side now. Extend that leg out to the side. Keep the other one tucked in nice and tight. Make sure your toes, so you can see them, toes are pointed up to the ceiling. My knees down on the ground, pointed up, and I'm not rocked side to side. That same arm is gonna reach down for those toes or to the ankle, however far you'd like to go. And if you wanna use that other arm, lead with that chest and stretch, but you don't have to do that. Deep breaths. Release that foot, drag it up the leg as you come up. Now that extended leg, you're gonna bend at the knee, take your foot back behind you as far back as you can. Once again, I'm gonna turn so you can see how that looks. Bend it all the way back, sit really, really tall. And now that same arm of the knee that's bent back behind you, you're gonna reach up and over the head, through those fingertips. And go ahead and bring that arm back down. Rotate towards that knee that's pointed out to the corner. Look behind your shoulder. Stay really tall through your torso. And as you come back to the front, from your hips, you're going to hinge forward and reach. You're reaching towards the foot that's bent back behind you. Once again, you don't have to get very low. The knee that you have tucked in, you're gonna get as low as you can and maybe even lay on it a little bit. And this is our transition move into pigeon. So you can stay here, or if you're ready to go back or to go into pigeon, remember we're going to just lift your hips up, rocking forward onto those elbows. I'll turn so you can see. Okay, so from that foot that's bent back, hinge forward, lift up, take that bent knee straight back. Now my knee is still to the side and my foot still to the other side. Hinge forward, getting as low as you can. Or out to the side, out to the side. You can stay extended like this and just kind of push that pelvis down and out. Get onto those elbows or get all the way down. Maybe stack your fist, rest the forehead down. Deep breaths through that stretch, okay? Extend those arms straight before we set all the way down. Now the knee that's folded over, sink down to that side, swing your back leg around, back to butterfly. Now maybe you have a mat, maybe you don't, but whatever's behind you, make sure you have room to lay all the way back, okay? If you have a block, you can use a block or maybe a pillow or rolled up towel or something like that you wanna have at home. So from butterfly, From your hips, you're going to hinge back all the way down to the floor. Keep those knees open out to the sides and rest all the way down. If you need to, you can take your hands right on top of your inner thighs, just kind of hold a little pressure on there. The bottoms of my feet are still together. If you feel them kind of coming forward a little bit, just scooch them in, keep them nice and tight, and relax those knees. From here, you're going to take your hands down to the floor. Use those hands for leverage. Keep those feet together and lift that pelvis up as high as you can up off the floor. Those feet are still touching, knees are still open. Anytime you need to tap down, lift right back up as high as you can. You might not be able to see, but my shoulder's on the floor, my head is down. Go ahead and sink that pelvis. Close your knees together so that your feet are flat on the floor. And then we're going to do the same thing. Push through the bottoms of your feet, lift your pelvis high into the sky, keep your feet flat. Hands are down here for leverage, shoulders are down, head and neck are down. Anytime you need to sink down, push right back up. And take that pelvis down. From here, you're going to take your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around and give them a really tight hug. You can even add a rock side to side if you want. Just keep a constant tight squeeze of those legs into your chest. You want to feel that stretch right there at the top of the legs, your hip flexor area. We're going to go into Happy Baby. I'm going to show you a couple angles from this one. So from here, flex those feet, take the bottoms of your feet up to the ceiling, and then you're going to open your feet to about shoulder width, grab for those toes, pull those knees down towards your biceps so that you make an L shape with the legs. And this one you can rock side to side as well. And let me show you from a different angle. Knees are hugged in. Raise the bottoms of the feet, open up, reach for those toes, pull the knees down towards the biceps. And just keep that constant L shape through the legs. Some people hold their toes, some people hold in, some people hold out, wherever you have a good grip. If you have a strap at home, that's where you can put that strap right there on those toes to hold them down and pull down with that strap. And from here, close those feet together. Drop your feet back down to the floor. Take your arms out to the side and then drop your knees to the right. Keep your shoulders on the floor, and then take your eyes down your left arm. Spinal twist. Deep breaths. And lift the knees. You're gonna switch sides. Knees are gonna fall to the left, and then you're gonna look down your right arm. I'm gonna show you that from a different angle, just in case. Arms out to the side, knees fall to the left, shoulders down on the floor, and then bring your eyes down that right arm for a full spinal twist. And lift those eyes back to the ceiling. Straighten those legs down on your mat or wherever you are. Straight together. Feet are together, toes are relaxed. Arms down. You can flip your palms up if you want. And just lay, sinking and melting into the floor, just like you're sunbathing at the beach. Deep breath. If you want, you can fold your hands into your chest. And as you take a deep breath in, feel your hands rise, and exhale, feel them fall. One more. Beautiful. Now if you have a strap, you can use a strap. Otherwise, you're just gonna extend that right leg straight up if you can. Grab below or above your knee, never right on the knee. Flex your toes down to your chest. If you have a strap, that's where you would use that strap to pull those toes down to your strap. Okay, you're gonna lift your leg as high as you can, keeping it as straight as you can. As soon as you start to get a little bend, that's where you want to stop. So as you see here, I kind of start to bend, so I need to bring it back a little bit so I can keep it straight, okay? Don't want to rotate those hips, keep them nice and straight. Deep breaths, everything else is straight on the floor. I'm not bending my knee up. Bend your knee and pull it into your chest with another big hug. If you want, you can add a couple rolls here with the ankle. Go both directions. Maybe write your ABCs. A, B, C. And keeping a constant hug with that knee and never letting it loose, keep it nice and tight. Now that leg that's straight on the floor, go ahead and bend it so that your foot gets flat. And then take the knee that you're hugging, take that foot right on top of that other knee, thread through on either side of that leg that's on the floor, pulling it into your chest for figure four. Keep a nice tight hug. Let me do that again from the other angle, okay? So I had my right knee into my chest, my left leg was straight on the floor. I'm gonna bend my left leg, keeping my foot on the floor, and then take that right foot just above that left knee, thread through behind the left leg, grab the knee and pull it into the chest. And the leg that you're holding here, go ahead and set that down, and then you can unravel the other one, straighten both legs down back into sunbathing. And with or without your strap, extend the left leg to the sky now. If you don't have a strap, grab above or below the knee, flex the toes down to your chest. Now you're gonna bend that knee, hug it into your chest, keep it nice and tight, other leg straight on the floor. Now your leg that's straight down, go ahead and bend it, keeping your feet on the floor. And then the knee that you're hugging, take that foot just above the other knee, wrap around behind the right knee, pulling it into your chest for figure four. And I'll go ahead and show you that from the other angle. Bend your left knee up, fold the right foot over the left knee, just above it, thread through behind the left. Oh, I'm sorry, we're on the other leg, aren't we? I'm sorry. Bend the right knee, fold the left foot on top of that right knee, thread through behind the right, pulling it into your chest. Now carefully place that right foot back on the floor. Go ahead and unthread, straighten those legs down for sunbathing. We're gonna do our big sit up for the day. Go ahead and tighten up those stomach. Come on, sit up, sit up, sit up nice and tall. I'm gonna turn my mat real quick. We're gonna take our legs straight out. Keep those toes pointed up. Sit tall through the torso. Inhale, reach up nice and big. Exhale, fold forward and reach down for those toes or your ankles, wherever you can hold, just enough so that your knees don't bend, okay? Keep them nice and straight on the floor. Relax and hold. And release, drag up those arms so we're nice and tall. And then you're going to open up your legs, to a wide straddle. Toes are still up to the ceiling. Okay? Reach your arm up and over the head, and the other one is going to reach down towards that opposite knee and then lean. Keep those toes up. Keep your knees down on the floor. Switch. Other arm goes up and over the head. Other arm reaches down towards that other opposite knee and lean. Reaching through both sets of hands. Release. Now walk those hands down the middle as far down as you can. Again, those feet are flexed up to the ceiling. Drag those hands back in, lifting the torso. Take your feet back together. Sit tall through your torso. Then reach your arms out to the side, point your thumbs down, and push your palms back behind you. Continue pushing all the way back behind you so that your pinkies can almost touch here. And then lean onto your palms, squeeze your shoulder blades, puff that chest out, and lift your chin. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. carefully roll out of that. And we're gonna get onto our stomachs now. Try to find a good angle for you here. All right, once you get onto your stomachs, keep your elbows down in front. Okay. With those elbows in front, put a little pressure in those, just enough to lift your belly button up, drawing your ears away from your shoulders. Look straight ahead, feel that stretch down through your stomach. Deep breath. Toes are flat behind you. Relax your back. So you know the next move is optional. You can stay here in Sphinx, or you can lower your chest, bring your hands underneath those shoulders, and then keep your legs flat down on the floor. Extend your arms, keep the lower body down into Cobra. And now, bend at the elbows, lower all the way down to the floor, and then you're gonna extend your arms out in front. All right, keep your eyes down. You want your neck in line with your spine here. I'm gonna have to turn and face you so you can hear me, but we're gonna lift the right arm and then your left leg and hold. Lower both of those and switch. Left arm, right foot. Lift and hold. Make sure your knee is up. Lower down. Now both arms, both knees and feet lift. And take a nap. Fold those hands, rest your head down, deep breaths. Bring those hands back underneath your shoulders. Squeeze those elbows behind you. Put a little pressure in those toes, a little pressure in your knees. Extend the arms, and then bring your knees into a tabletop. All right? Show you from an angle. There you go. We have a nice flat back here. Knees are right underneath the hips. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. From here, chin to your chest, round up your back, squeeze the belly. And then you're gonna push your stomach down, sink your back, lift the chin. Round back up to that cat pose. Squeeze the belly, chin to your chest. Push your stomach down, sink your back, lift the chin. And come back to your neutral flat back. All right, let's see which way you should see. All right, from here, you're gonna take your right arm, lift it up, hinging from your shoulder. Try to bring it right next to your ear. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Lower down, left arm, hinge from the shoulder, reach out through the fingertips. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down, going to the legs. Now from the legs, you have a couple options here. You can straighten your right leg straight back behind you and keep your foot down. And then when you're ready, you can lift that foot so that it's nice and parallel with the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bend the knee and switch. Once again, you can keep the foot down. And then when you're ready, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bend at the knee. Beautiful job. All right, from here, we're gonna go into child's pose. Keep those toes flat and then sink your hips down to your heels, all the way down if you can. Drop your chest down to your knees, reach your arms out in front and take your head to your mat, to the floor. Maybe if you have a pillow or a rolled towel, you can rest on that as well. You want to breathe through your shoulders here. If you want, you can open up your knees a little bit wider and then sink back down that way, but you don't have to, okay? Drag your arms up towards your knees, rolling your spine. And then from here, you can stay here if you want, or you can come up onto those knees. And then that's when we're going to reach our arms out to the side, reaching through the fingertips. Very good. You can always do some shoulder rolls here if you're having a fun day. You want to do something else? And then reach your arms up above the head. And then how about down in front? And then one of those arms is going to go out to the side like an L. And then that arm that you moved out, take it straight back, kind of open those hips with you, and then look down that back arm. And bring both arms back together. Let's reach them back up above the head, down to the side, out in front. And then we're going to go to the other arm. Take the other arm out to the side. Notice how this one did not move. And then take that arm straight back behind you. Kind of turn those hips with you. Look down that back arm. And bring that back arm into the front. And I'm going to show you something if you feel like you're ready to move on. From here, if you want to challenge your balance a little more, you can even, because we're going to be coming out of child's pose. So when you're here, you can take one foot forward, like you're kneeling, and do those same positions that way. Okay, makes sense? Turning the hips. And then before you go to the other arm, you got to switch. So the arm that's in front is the same arm of the knee, or same side as the knee. That doesn't move. So you move that one out like a clock, Back out like a clock, turning your hips with you. And with the knee out in front like this, you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch here as you open your hips. And that might be beneficial for you, okay? If you want to try that at home. Okay? And then you take both knees down again. So tall bend at the elbows, big breath up. Exhale, arms down. One more, big breath up. Palms together, exhale, if you want. Thank you, have a good day, and I hope this helps you. Bye.